everyone, Heidi here, and this week we are talking about 5 steps you can take to start unschooling. Now, there's lots and lots of things on the website about how you can start unschooling. So you can go and look at the page there. It's called Play, How Do You Unschool? So there's loads more ideas there. But here, this week, we are just thinking about 5 things we can do to begin our unschooling journey. So, let's crack on. 1. You're going to begin with your children's interests. You are going to let your children play. Okay? And schooling isn't about giving our kids the curriculum at the right age, at the right school year for them to follow. Okay? We're going to let them dictate their own time and what they want to do. And as parents in an unschooling family, it's really handy if you can step back and observe what your children are doing, what they like to play with, when they like to play, when they're really active and energetic, or when they are taking a rest and do something a bit more relaxing. Okay, so your children are going to play, and they're going to be given space and time they need to find out what they enjoy and to do more of the things that they enjoy. And you as the adult are going to observe those things and observe your children and support them and help them to do the things they enjoy more. Okay, so 2. You are going to provide opportunities to expand their interests and the things that they are playing with. So your children will be naturally drawn to certain hobbies or ideas, and the second step in unschooling is to help expand their world a little bit, or a lot even. So that's when we talk about things like strewing and just leaving interesting things around the house, or offering them trips out to different places, drawing their attention to different things here and there, really relaxed, really calm, with no obligation on their part to engage in those things, but just providing them with an opportunity to see something else, to pick up something else, to try out something new. So that's the second one, providing a range of things in your house and in your life that could spark curiosity in your children. 3. This one is one for the grown-ups, primarily. Recognising that play is learning. Recognising that when our children are engaging in their own pursuits and their own interests, when they are choosing how they spend their time, that learning is happening. It's part of the natural process of life. It's part of the natural process of what they are doing. Okay, now it's not going to look like school again. It might not even be visible all the time what is happening, and there may be long periods of time where to us it might look like there isn't much really going on, much activity or learning even. And then one day, suddenly, it becomes very visible, and we can see all these things coming together, all these connections that our children are making, and we need to start to recognise that the natural process of learning is not the same as school-based learning. Our children are not taken or led by an expert or a teacher or a curriculum from one level of skill and knowledge to the next level of skill and knowledge, and then the next level of skill and knowledge, and then they take a test, and if they pass they can then progress on to the next part of the curriculum, until throughout the years they graduate at the end, having been walked through this process of developmental learning as set out by schools and curriculums and government agenda. Learning really in the natural world doesn't look like that. It's more a process of connecting ideas together, attaching new information and attaching that to old ideas that you, or pre-existing ideas that you already have, and all those interlinking of things that are going on don't look like a step-by-step format. It rather more looks like a web of interconnecting and complex mapping of information. So the more that the adults in our family can begin to understand what real learning looks like and how that happens, the more successful our unschooling life will be. So 4, we're going to embrace the diverse nature of play. Now, one of the reasons why it's really difficult to say this is what unschooling looks like and everybody should follow this pattern is because everyone is different. I can't tell you how to live an enjoyable life. I can tell you that that's what I think you should do, but the things that you enjoy and the things that I enjoy might be entirely different, and the same applies for our children. So even if you have got, I've got 4 children, each of them is unique, each of them is different and individual, and this outworks in how they approach life, and not only the things that they are interested in, but also the way that they engage with them. And so we need to not only recognise that learning looks differently to schools, but also that each individual person, each individual child has a different and unique way of learning. 5, have your own interests. Okay, so we're going to give our children this opportunity to do the things that they want to do, and we're going to support them in doing the things that they want to do. And now it's your turn. Okay, it's your turn to re-engage with the things that you love doing. You know, follow your own interests, follow your own curiosity, ask your own questions. And this will be partly wrapped up in the idea of self-care for you, because being at home 24/7 with our children is a different lifestyle, and we need to address the issue of taking care of ourselves. And one way to do that is to do things that make you happy, do things that interest you, do things that you enjoy. Okay. Secondly, it will be a really good witness to your children. You know, ask the questions, be interesting, be fun, be curious, and it will be like a magnet for them, and they will be drawn into what you're doing, and you can maybe then in turn share your interests and passions with them, or they can also reflect that in their own journeys and become more open with you, sharing what they're doing, asking questions, being engaging, and building relationship. So it has lots and lots of benefits. So hopefully that will give you some starting point, a few steps to take, that maybe if you're wondering, what do I do and what does my family do if we don't follow a curriculum or a schedule or a timetable, if we start to remove things from our lives that we had externally been pressurized into doing, and if we start to take steps towards unschooling, what do we do instead? So hopefully those 5 steps will give you a starting point, and you won't feel the void too much, but at the same time you will feel comfortable in that space on your journey, and taking steps to following a life that you and your family enjoy, and recognizing that the learning will naturally follow.